Welcome back, everyone. Nate here with 911 Rapid Response, back with another vehicle showcase. And behind me today we have for you a 2019 Chevy Tahoe PPV, and this vehicle is upfitted for the Huntingdon Police Department. Specifically, this unit will be a K9 vehicle. No graphics on this vehicle, plain black paint around, and we'll go ahead and start off with the emergency warning. Rooftop light bar is the Whelen Senator light bar, which is configured with duo modules. So we have red, white, blue, white to the front, red, amber, and blue, amber to the rear. Currently in park, so we have no white flashing. Very nice light bar as far as output goes, sleek profile. Down further on the front of the vehicle, we have the Whelen Ions in a duo, red, white, and blue, white. Those will give us some takedown functionality that we can go over a little bit later. And those light heads are configured into the Weston push bar. Very nicely tucked away inside that light channel at the top there. We can configure that with no lights, 2 lights, or 4 lights. Siren speaker behind the bumper. That would be the Whelen SA315. On the side of the push bumper, we have duo Whelen T ions. Both sides are red and blue. And those are alternating colors back and forth with the rear cargo lights, which are also Whelen T ions mounted on the 90-degree brackets inside the trim there. Underneath the mirrors on each side, we have the Whelen Lens V2s. Here we have blue on the driver's side, and that's just to mix it up a little bit since we have red on the light bar and red in the push bumper on the driver's side. We're throwing in a little bit of a mixture there, giving some blue warning on the side. Those Lens V2s are a great light head. They're giving us 180-degree warning, front, rear, and to the side. We can cruise around a little bit further to the rear. Again, that T-ion in the cargo window, duo red and blue. And on the hatch, inside the glass mounted on the trim, 90-degree brackets, we have the Whelen T-ions, both duo, red and blue. And then right aside the license plate on the hatch, surface mounted there, 2 more T-ions, duo red and blue, and those are alternating in X patterns. Really nice addition there. Ample warning to the rear with the addition of the light bar. Since we are in park, the headlight flashers and taillight flashers are tied together from the factory, so park will deactivate both of those systems. And if we take a look inside the cargo area, we do have an addition here with the OPS Public Safety Pursuit Series drawer. It's a single drawer, key locking, with some tie-down points up top. Very nice addition. With the addition of this K9 kennel in the rear of the vehicle, we actually had to custom make some bracketry. That cargo box was unable to mount in the location that it was intended to with the original manufacturer bracket. So a little bit of customization, and we got that to mount up to the rear of the K9 kennel there. We can cruise around the side, take a look inside. Door popper unit from Ace K9 along with the fan system. And then we can get a nice look at the actual K9 insert, which is a full insert with some extended room to the back, unit provided by Havas. And if you're familiar with a lot of our other K9 vehicles that we've done in the past, that Ace K9 system is the Hot and Pop Pro. So we do have that configured with the heat alarm and the door popper. Okay, folks, inside the console now, and we have Jake, our video cameraman. He's actually inside the K9 kennel right now, getting a good view, and he'll be able to showcase some things that we have going on functionality-wise back there in the cage. Starting with the console itself, we have a Havas box console. On the vehicle-specific brackets, the tunnel mount for the Tahoe, utilizing this smaller box console is giving us a little bit of room back here. If the dog would need egress from this center sliding door on the front of the cage. Across the top of the console, we have relocated the factory USB and auxiliary ports. We have a multitude of 12-volt power points there as well. Front of the console, we have our radio speaker. And off to the left here on the driver's side, conveniently located, we have the radio mic on the magnetic mic mount. Also at the top of the console, we have our Ace K9 Hot and Pop Pro, and this is our control center for all of the features that we have for the protection of the K9, along with our remote door popper that the officer can wear on his person to remotely pop the door. Switches here, Jay can kind of show you here. We have a three-way switch for white lighting and red lighting back there in the cage. And then we also have a manual activation for the window fan there. And again, with this Hot and Pop Pro, we have the heat alarm, which is going to activate windows down in the back, automatic activation of the fan if the vehicle does get over a certain temperature, and it's also going to alert the officer with horn and siren functions, also activating some of the lighting as well. So a really nice feature, and certainly wouldn't want a K9 vehicle without it. Customer supplied Motorola radio there, and below it we have our Whelen HHS 4206. We use this very widely, a very great product, able to utilize this with Whelen Command software and program a multitude of functionality through our WeCan devices. And we can go over some of the function that we do have there. However, this is the standard controller that you see us use, 8 buttons across the top with the rotary siren knob. Cup holders mounted externally on the rear of the console. PA mic off to the side here, and on the passenger side of the console we have on a TCB7 our Havas universal monitor mount and the Havas GTAC F110 docking station, which is going to provide us charging while the F110 is docked. Also on the TCB7 swivel we have the TG3 keyboard, and this is on the quick release mount, so that can be removed from its mount and sat over here on the officer's lap and then easily redocked. So very nice feature and function there with those devices. All right, everyone, on to the functionality portion of the video. We can start as we usually do with the rear and position 1 features. So position 1 giving us red and blue flashing to the rear, and the 2 rear side cargo windows. We like to put the furthermost rear side warning markers on, if there are any, just for some lighting off to the side. It's not going to give us anything towards the front of the vehicle, but just a little bit more added safety. And with the light bar, we do have our arrow functions. And while we're back there, I'll go ahead and put it in position 3 so we can see the tail light flashers. So that activating our tail light flasher. And then back to position 1. And Jake can go ahead and come around the side of the vehicle now. We'll go to position 2. So this is going to be adding our red and blue flashing on the under mirror lights, sides of the push bumper, front of the push bumper. And while we're off to the side, we can go ahead and check out our left alley feature. So alley features coming from the light bar. And if we cruise to the front, vehicle in neutral right now, so we will get white flashing activation out of the headlight flashers and white flashing in the light bar as well. Vehicle into park. We can go ahead and check out what we have for our takedown features. I believe this is a double press. So there's one press on the takedown and then a second press on the takedown, adding in some more white lighting. Same features on the right alley, and we do have a scene button here. So one press of the scene button will fully activate all white lighting that we have steady burning. We have our manual override for low power. Low power in this instance would only pertain to the light bar. Since we're not using a smart flasher or a carbide, we're only getting that function out of the light bar itself. One other function that we added in for the client, I'll go ahead and back the slider down. We have a corner flash in, so that's just an alternating flash on the corners of the light bar, something a little more subdued. Backlight function. You've seen that in plenty of our videos before, something that we like to utilize and allow the customer to control the brightness of the backlight itself. And as for functionality, I believe we have wrapped that up. All right, everyone, that's going to conclude today's vehicle showcase. Thanks again for tuning in, and we're going to go ahead and send this vehicle off and have the customer put it into service. Congratulations to them on the new vehicle, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Another great showcase of our workmanship here, a great project from start to finish. Please stay tuned, like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social media outlets. Plenty more to come, and we'll see you next time.